not fully understand the central message of Purim. And that message is, very briefly and simply, that we, the Jewish people, are commanded to destroy the enemies of our people in all times, in all places, as happened, as described in detail in Megillat Esther, in the book of Esther, where we find that 75,811 of our enemies were destroyed, including women and children. Some people are apparently capable of reading this Megillah twice on the day of Purim, year in, year out, without actually seeing what it says, or without asking themselves the question, why did this take place? Why were so many people killed? Why were women and children killed? But the answer is very simple, straightforward. Perhaps it is not politically correct in the eyes of some, but it is the true, authentic, and absolutely essential message of Purim, and it is the central truth of the Torah. The message of Purim is not about commemorating a past event. It is rather commemorating and remembering a past event in order that we know how to behave today, in the present, and in the future. Here, Rambam mentions in Halakha Daled, Halakha Hey, two separate mitzvot aseh, two positive commandments of the Torah. One is to destroy the 7 nations mentioned a number of times in the Torah, who resided in Eretz Yisrael at the time when the Jewish people entered the land, to destroy those nations who claim this land for themselves. The second mitzvah, immediately after that, it is a mitzvah aseh to destroy Amalek and his descendants. The concept of Amalek still exists. We read every year, before Purim, we read Parashat Zohor, where we are commanded by
A religious display in Borough Park is raising some eyebrows, but Jewish people in the neighborhood say otherwise. They say their Purim display is just a symbol of a miracle for the Jewish people and is nothing offensive. News 12's Enrique Correa was on the scene and has more.
People in the predominantly Hasidic Jewish area of Borough Park were celebrating the last day of Purim, but this display of 11 mannequins being hung across 12th Avenue has offended some people. News 12 was contacted by a viewer about the hanging men, plus people walking by the religious display said it offends them, but they also didn't know what the Purim holiday means.
Another neighborhood and that was done, people would have comments to say about that. I don't know, I think it's kind of like ridiculing. That's how I would see it.
However, some of the people celebrating the Purim holiday say otherwise. They say the 11 mannequins represent a miracle for the Jewish people. We tried reaching out to the rabbi of the synagogue, but he was unavailable. However, the religious display is about an evil king and his 10 sons who were hung for trying to persecute the Jews.
A man named by the name Haman, and he wanted to kill all the Jews, and in the end they hang him and all his sons instead. So that's just a celebration that we celebrate, that this was the story that happened in the past.
Even though some people say they're offended by the 11 mannequins hanging behind me, but people in the neighborhood say you shouldn't be offended at all. It's just part of their Purim celebration. Reporting from Borough Park, I'm Enrique Correa, News 12, Brooklyn.